Good morning. It's good to have you here. We're going to be going into the second miracle or the second sign, as we have discussed the seven signs of John and what he actually you know showed his signs to show he that he was Messiah. So we're going to go into the second one today, and the second one actually has to do with uh, the official coming to him while he was in Cana of Galilee and talking to him about his son who was home and dying. Okay, and he wanted Jesus to go and heal his son. And so we're going to kind of go through this, and I hope you enjoy it. Today we're going to be looking at the second miracle, just as I said, and let's read John chapter 4, starting in verse 46 and going through verse 54. It says, then he went to Cana of Galilee, where he had turned the water into wine, and there was a certain royal official whose son was ill in Capernaum. Okay, when this man heard that Jesus had come from Judea into Galilee, he went to him and pleaded with him to come down and heal his son, for he was about to die. Jesus told him, "Unless you people see signs and wonders, you will not believe." "Sir," the official said to him, "come down before my boy dies." "Go," Jesus told him. "Your son will live." The man believed what Jesus said to him and departed. When he was still going down, his slaves met him, saying that his boy was alive. And he asked them at what time he got better. And yesterday at 7 in the morning, the fever left him. Okay, now I want you to get that. Okay, because uh, it was at the exact time that Jesus pronounced, "Go, your son will live," that his son got better, and so he recognizes that. And there's some things in the story. Let me finish up the story first. It was 7 that says the father realized that was the very hour at which Jesus had told him, "Your son will live." Then he himself believed, along with those in his household. This, therefore, was the second sign Jesus performed after he came from Judea to Galilee. What an amazing a time here as we are able to pull this back. So, in this case, the son of the official was not present. Okay, he wasn't there. Jesus didn't lay hands on him. He wasn't present with them. So there was a discussion that took place, and and actually where he was in Canaan to where Capernaum was about 20-25 miles uh, from there, from where Jesus was. So Jesus makes the statement, "Unless they see signs, they will not believe." And the reason that's important is that it takes faith for these miracles to take place. Okay, so basically what he's saying is, unless you see something, he wasn't trying to give the guy a hard time. He was just saying, unless you see something with your physical eyes, you won't believe. And you know what the truth is that we get a lot of that today. I mean, this is still happening. And we have a tendency to get stuck with only what we can see. But you know what, as we if we look at Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1, it says what faith is. It says that faith is the substance that can't be seen. Okay, so Jesus makes the statement that unless you see these signs, you will not believe. Okay, uh, and this reason is important because it takes faith of these miracles, faith in what Jesus said, and faith in what Jesus said. There are several times in the Bible, and it was reported of miracles at a distance, if you will, miracles at a distance. The first one is in Matthew chapter 8. And it's starting in verse 5. It says, when he entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him, pleading with him. He said, Lord, my servant is laying at home paralyzed in terrible agony. And I will come and heal him. He told him, okay, but Lord, the centurion talking, Lord, the centurion replied, I'm not worthy to have you come under my roof, but only say the word, and my servant will be cured. For I too am a man under authority, having soldiers under my command. I say to this one, go, and he goes, and to another, come, and he comes, and to my slave, do this, and he does it. Hearing this, Jesus was amazed and said to those following him, I assure you, I have not found anyone in Israel with so great faith. I tell you that many will come from east and west and recline at the table with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the sons of the kingdom will be thrown into the outer darkness. In that place, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Just a second here. It said, then Jesus told the centurion, go as you have believed, let it be done to you. And his servant was cured that very moment. Okay. So there it is. The other one is in Matthew chapter 15, starting in verse 21. It says, when Jesus left there, he withdrew to the area of Tyre and Sidon. Just then, a Canaanite woman from the region came and kept crying out, have mercy on me, Lord, have son of David. My daughter is cruelly tormented by a demon. Yet he did not say a word to her. His his disciples approached him and urged him, send her away because she cries out after us. Um, and he replied, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But she came, knelt before him, and said, Lord, help me. He answered, it isn't right to take the children's bread and throw it to their dogs. Yes, Lord, she said. Yet even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table. Uh, then Jesus replied to her, woman, your faith is great. Let it be done for you as you want. And from that moment, her daughter was cured. And it shows that it is from God, or in this case, Jesus. But in the case of the official, the time that Jesus proclaimed it, and the time when his son got well was exactly the same. And that's amazing to me. It is the same for us today, really. We may not be able to see Jesus, so we have to believe what he said. And if you look at Genesis chapter 15, verse 1 through 6, it says this: after these events, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield. Your reward will be great. But Abram said, Lord God, what can you give me since I am childless, and the heir of my house is Eliezer from Damascus. Okay, and so Abram continued, look, you have given me no offspring, so a slave born in my house will be my heir. Now the word of the Lord came to him, this one will not be your heir. Instead, one who comes from your own body will be your heir. And he took him outside and said, look at the sky and count the stars if you're able to count them. Then he said to him, your offspring will be that numerous. Abraham believed in the Lord. He believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as righteousness. That is amazing to me. And that's exactly what we're talking about. It you know what, we tend to tell people you have to believe in Jesus, and of course you do. Part of that is you do because you have to believe that he exists, but you also have to believe what he said. And that is so important, is that when he says something, that we believe it and we take it to heart and we go after it at that moment. It's This is amazing nugget for us. And look at the second miracle, or the second sign of Jesus being Messiah. So you have a great day.